Hi again. Welcome to Read's Biology. Today we are going to learn about unicellular and multicellular organisms. Before going to this, let's look at this definition. What is organism? An organism is anything that can live on its own. And what is unicellular organism? It is an organism made of only one cell that can be both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Each organism has a way of moving, obtaining food, and carrying out all other functions essential for life. In this slide, there are two different kinds of organism. In the left hand side, it is a prokaryotic organism. It is a bacteria, also unicellular organism with only one cell. And in the right hand side, that is an eukaryotic organism. It is an amoeba. That is also unicellular organism. So unicellular organism can be prokaryote and eukaryote both. Some examples of unicellular organisms are amoeba, bacteria, protozoa, paramecium. Bacteria is only prokaryote, but amoeba, paramecium, protozoa, these are eukaryotes. To carry out their other work of the cell needs a constant supply of materials such as oxygen, water, and food, and to get rid of the waste products that is made of in the metabolism process. The only way in or out is through the cell membrane. To grow bigger, organisms add more cells to their bodies rather than grow bigger cells. Then multicellular organisms. The definition is an organism that is made up of many cells, and we can see them with our naked eyes. We don't need any microscope to see them. But for unicellular organisms, we need a special apparatus called microscope to see them. So unicellular ones are the microorganisms. Generally, multicellular organisms are eukaryotes that has well-formed nucleus and has all the organelles, which are the different part of the cell that carry out specific functions. Example are mitochondria that has a task of energy production. Chloroplast has a task of photosynthesis. Example of multicellular organisms are all the animals, plants, fungi, and some protists. In this slide, it is a diagram of an animal cell with all the cell organelles, ribosomes, Golgi bodies, mitochondria, then cytoplasm, nucleus. In the previous slide, we have read all this about this. The organelles are the structures in a cell with a specific function necessary for life. Many of these organelles have only been discovered since the invention of electron microscope. Example, mitochondria. It produces energy for the cell. The tiny food particles broken down for energy. So the mitochondria is also known as powerhouse of the cell. This is very important for MCQ question. All the activities to keep a cell alive, that is obtaining materials and supplies for energy, making the products, and getting rid of the waste. This is a chart of all the multicellular and unicellular organisms with example. I would suggest to write this chart by your own self, and then you can easily remember from that. Do write first, then learn from that. So let's see first the multicellular organisms. There are two types, plants and animals, multicellular plants and multicellular animals. First example is Chinese hibiscus, Hibiscus rosa sinensis, or mango, Mangifera indica, or Arabidopsis, Arabidopsis thaliana. These are all higher plants, which are multicellular. And all the animals like human, Homo sapiens, us, Hydra, Hydra vulgaris, or mouse, Mus musculus. These are all eukaryotes and multicellular. So eukaryotes means all multicellular. Also, then unicellular organisms, it has two types, eukaryotes and prokaryotes. In eukaryotes, there are plants and animals. Eukaryotic plants are Eukaryotic unicellular plants are Calamidomonas, Chlorella, diatoms. These are also known as plant-like protists. And eukaryotic animals, which are unicellular, they are amoeba, Amoeba proteus, entamoeba, Entamoeba histolytica, or Paramecium chordatum. These are all protists. So these are unicellular eukaryotic types. Then prokaryotes. Unicellular prokaryotes means all the bacteria and archaea. These are Escherichia coli, Salmonella typhi, or Methanococcus volti. So, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to Biology.